We're finally into our first round of the DreamHack Masters Spring 2021, and Sundai Young's going to kick things off with authority. 2 headshots delivered. And just like that, G2 on the back foot. They're trying to bring the bomb towards the site now. They have Nico as a pivot point just outside of Palace. But the fact that they lost those 2 players down around middle off just a very aggressive push from Sundai Young has kind of thrown a wrench in the works. Ooh. Now Chopper removing Nico surely puts G2 in an almost impossible scenario.
And now it is just 2 remaining members of G2 to try to send some prayers through with these pistols, but just Spirit not having it, connecting the dots on every shot they've taken, leaving Hunter very lonely with the Glock and smoke grenade over here by this A-ramp position, and Mir will quickly...
You may be taking away some incendiaries, you're getting a couple of $1,000s wasted as a result. Now they're going to start to push in. The fact that they haven't taken anyone down first, and the positions are very good from Spirit, does not paint a very pretty picture. Then again, it's just blocks. They got to kill to be all...
being possible. Smokes coming in to block off jungle, and G2 looking to spring onto A site.
Making moves out, but this is where some of the inferior weaponry may work against Spirit. I say that as Dexter drills in with 2 frags, but there's Hunter and Nexa both stepping up to the plate, just shy of 30 seconds. The bomb's been spilled out, is retrievable, already a third of the way down, and Nico looking to shut their eyes permanently into round 3. He's waiting his time, he's biting, and now he will strike. Big kill onto Magix, leaves Sundai Young in such an awkward position, and to add everything else to the woes, he's got no grenades, no smokes, no flashes, and now no life. G2 finally gets some success. Destination will be on the B site. Jax will be ripping straight through in. The aforementioned MP9 now needs to hold its ground, and it's Magix that puts it into the head of Amanek, drops down, can't quite get double. And that's where if he had an M4, you expect it to shine through and prevail with a double kill. As it stands, though, Spirit are up close enough to have a feasible swing and see if something connects in the process. Nexa and Jax are both feeling worse than they're at low HP, and Nexa's now been finished off. Chopper going in for the pre-fire, doing his due diligence and closing off these angles. There's no kit between the 2 of them, though, currently. And they have to pick one up from a corpse of their teammate, but Jax and Nico say no. And if they concede this, you're looking at another 2 rounds at least.
Yeah, it seems like they could have maybe taken a bit more shaved off to try to get him that op, but we do see an exchange breakout in middle here. Nico and Mir both collecting an opponent in that mix. We're seeing the A split being postured up here by G2. 2 players coming in for Palace, including the bomb carrier. Hunter has control of connector. Again, that smoke is on jungle that we saw a few rounds ago, looking to just slice and dice this A site with Chopper, really the solo defender for now, but Sundai Young and Mir coming in as reinforcements. Just in time, but they're getting stamped out.
2v3, Spirit slightly behind. They needed Mia to come up clutch. One of their star players has been dulled down.
Again, what you're seeing here from G2 is they're very much looking to have capability, but will play around it, and they've done so perfectly as they're looking to set up once again for a B split. But look at how it's being sold as potentially another A attack with Hunter's presence in middle.
This is really cool to see. They're just isolating Spirit from one another. The flashbang was so good. And although there's 2 players stuck at the back of the site, one of them is Dexter, he's now been nullified. And Amanek goes in for more. Entering like a boss, 3K for Amanek. Can they get the slight timing window? As Sundai Young moves away, Chopper now gets aggressive towards Palace. An integral frag goes the way of Jax. But now Dexter, perfectly poised on CT. With his AWP, will let it do the talking for him and try and dull down and suppress G2. They're not going to front out just behind the first casualty of Jax. They're going to stall this one out a little bit longer. Big frag from Hunter, and there's Nico as well with the AWP. And in doing so, probably just gives G2 a 7th round.
Insurance that couldn't be possible, and when he did that was the moment that G2 started pouring more utility towards Ticket Booth, not allowing Dexter to get an angle back onto the site as the bomb went down. G2 looking to pounce on A, but again, with Chopper having this forward angle on A ramp and Dexter being there with the op already, it seems like Period are well prepared.
And also the bomb was dropped way back towards middle, so they already were lacking a player. They have to send another player away, and they're just being ripped to shreds, just bit by bit, piece by piece. Nexa the only player that's got any success, but it feels like it's too little too late. And Magix with the SMG.
Seeing G2 look for that heavy explosion up connector, however, but Dexter's op is right there. He's got some coverage from Sundai Young to focus up.
2 frags go down, nearly gets a 3rd. They're just walking out one by one. Nexa and Jax with 18 seconds to go. Have got to get kills. They just picked up 2, but Dexter's still stuck at the back of the site. And as long as he lives, it funnels away the team's attention from the real threat, which is some Die Young and Sandwich. And now Dexter
Them down, but they're going to extinguish and push forward.
They're not respecting the nades. They're gonna push straight through, and maybe they should have respected, because they're being blown piece by piece from G2. They're now pushing their way through, though, and Nico's at least got himself the 1 kill. Maybe there's still a way back into this round. The bomb's been dropped back at T-spawn.
Some Die Young on the flank through B apartments, and the rotation coming in. This is going to be troublesome for Nico. He's trying to find a new angle.
Oh, the aim was just slightly away. Vulnerable if a full-on execute were to come to pass, and now G2 will be pushing through. This time, no incendiaries to greet them on ramp. They will be spilling out, but it's Dexter that spills the blood of Jax. Chopper also chips in for Nico. There is 1 kill in retaliation, but that probably won't be good enough for G2. They are throwing in the flank from Hunter as he moves into B, bypassing any players. But the fact that the bomb is still in ramp, and look at Amanek's position, he's completely screwed, comes out with a big headshot onto some Die Young, but he can't add to that mantle. It does keep Spirit interested.
Now, as we can see, Hunter cut off the rotations in spawn, the bomb makes it into B.
9 could very well just rip through both players, and it does. G2 will be leading at halftime thanks to a Hunter clutch.
Started on and such, so it can be a bit of a mixed bag. Is Hunter looking to get aggressive here?
Wants to return the favor. This is the exact play that some Die Young did in the first pistol. It got him 2 headshots, but it's Dexter that passes the bullet between his eyes. Mia now will be fighting out of this round. And G2 are a player behind, but more importantly, they've gave up a site. There is a fast track towards the A play if Spirit want to go for it. Nexa has a few opportunities, snatches at it, and misses as a result. Some Die Young, the pistol king of the first round, is still alive, and he's already posted up 2. There is a kit down, which was trying to get retrieved by Jax, but he's lost his life as a result, and that puts a 4 HP Amanek into a 1-on-3 post plant. Some Die Young, the pistol gone. Dexter's just behind him as well with the AK, but he's already moved up towards Connector. Oh, this is going to be boding so poorly for G2 and Amanek. Just
from G2, just really being much more swift, you know, going for the dry peek, going for that high speed, and some Die Young catching Jax jiggle peeking in this B site. We see Hunter putting some utility down to try to slow the progress down of some Die Young. Meanwhile, Nico able to catch Mir out towards middle, so starting to try to get the numbers back. Nexa getting A ramp control, 30 HP to spare. Looks like Nexa may be able to cut off some exits here. Indeed, lines up 2. Looking for another, but Dexter will not allow that to happen. No one's home.
Oh, Hunter, there should be a freebie onto Dexter, though. No one watching middle. He was so aggressive out there, and now Mia will at least avenge him. That seems like a little bit of a lapse of communication. Maybe the time he just worked against Nexa has the MP9 tailor-made for close angles, but not against full Kevlar.
Block off Nico's op, but it all comes down to timing.
Oh, the timing is so brutal as well. He hit the nail on the head, as does Chopper, as he passes the bullet between the eyes of Nico, and that is the round done. Just a millisecond later or earlier, and Nico probably gets to pick onto either stairs or a Constrictor, just slowly tightening its grip on the CT side. Nico's going to try and burst out, though, and in doing so, some Die Young is gift-wrapped a free frag. Amanek, the only player that's bounced back. There's a ton of damage that's been done, but he misses his second opportunity. And with that missed shot, the round may very well follow, especially as Chopper is laying Jax to rest. A ton of flashes. Pure and utterly blinded is Amanek. Finally comes back in with a bit of action towards some Die Young. Good shot through the boxes onto Mia, but he's nowhere near in good enough position to feasibly clutch this round. And Chopper, well, he'll pick up 3.
In at Connector, kind of blocking them off a bit, but one smoke went deep, so maybe there's a chance for G2?
Oh, Jax okay with a deagle, puts down 1, but there's no follow-up damage, and Hunter was smoked off. He wanted to wide swing out. Now he's got the opportunity. Speaking of unleashing, Hunter finally springs into action, and G2 have something to get hype about. The bomb drop here is horrific for some Die Young.
Hard for some Die Young to isolate some 1v1s and somehow get bomb possession back. Hunter will finish it off there with the... So this will help the defense out a bit.
Amanek molly towards site, but they're all spilling out of the apps already, but it does bottleneck them into the embracing arms of Hunter, who's really come alive in these last couple of rounds, as has Amanek. 3 HP left, already 2 kills, and 2 more players to deal with, and Amanek holds the line one more time. Dexter finally will get the man, but there's only 14 seconds, and it's not even as if he has control over the bomb, and Jax will be coming around from Catwalk.
It's going to take brute force alone for Spirit to crack this open, and you're not favoring their chances.
Need to get out the sledgehammer to smash through one of these walls and this defense. It's looking like a fortress for the time being. The siege now will be coming to an abrupt end as Hunter with the A1S is silencing Spirit at an alarmingly fast rate, as will Nexa. G2, 3 rounds on the bounce.
But again, that's the situation they were put in based on the economy. Oh, and Omnek's been spotted. Oh, lands a shot anyway. That is huge for G2.
Where Nico is up close with the M4. Once that smoke clears, Mia may very well explode out with a flash alongside it. Nico holds the line. That's the bomb that's been dropped, and Nico goes in for seconds. Suddenly only 2 players remain. It's Dexter, who has a ton of grenades still at his disposal, tossing them across, but it's Magix that has to pick up the slack, and well, it won't be happening. Nico with those 2 kills from...
Depending on how they choose to play out this round, as Hunter will now commit to this, jumping up on top of the boxes. Will be tested by Sumdaeyoung soon. Sumdaeyoung gets the read. That is impressive. Chance Nico gets a kill. In the meantime, though, out in middle, that's going to help things along. Jack's playing smart.
Big headshot. Bomb's been tickled. Does he go out for the wide swing? He knows it's going to be a fake, but Magix with a drive-by headshot. So impactful for Spirit and Dexter. They'll be very cognizant of this on the approach. Every chance now for Spirit to clutch on for the 15-13 lead, but Nico, he's not done just yet. The A1S is back in action. Chopper's been tagged down. Dexter goes for the wide swing, gets the frag, but now Nico, he's coming in. He knows exactly where Dexter is. He's been in these situations so many times. Holds down onto the side, the defuse. The bomb's got planted fully for Dexter, and Nico has stole a round away from Spirit.
It looks like the site's going to be taking Hunter again, left alone.
25 seconds, MP9, SMG, tailor-made for close angles such as this. When things get hot and heavy, the MP9 douses down the flames of Spirit, and it could be in for more. Hunter picks up a 3rd, he moves himself to 25, and more than likely G2 to 15, and Chopper gets caught in the cross.
For the squad, Hunter looking to get aggressive here over on Catwalk is going to get tested big time by several players. Spots a couple, crossfire established, but Spirit coming out on top in that exchange.
Jax, a different angle. They haven't used this too often. It's typically been on the side, and he does reap the rewards with the first frag. Low players coming in. Chopper down to 2 HP, and Jax very nearly takes down Sumdaeyoung. Drops him to a measly 9 HP, so 2 of the 3 are sub 10 health. But there's only 2 players left for G2, and Nico's put that A1S to use. Has really ignited his own form in these last 4 or 5 rounds. Amanek spins up. What a headshot onto Sumdaeyoung, and that could be good enough. Dexter's got 34 kills, by the way. This man has been unstoppable, an absolute mammoth, and he comes head to head, and he passes the test against Nico. There is only Magix over here. It's not going to be an A hit. They're actually pushing through connector, so Magix's position is still important. Jax misses out the first shot, then wide swings in, and Magix has been put down as a result. Hunter elsewhere is going deep into damage. Double frag for Hunter, and suddenly Spirit are a player behind. Sumdaeyoung was not anticipating the bait and switch from Nexa being on Tetris, and it leaves Dexter in a 1-on-3. I would not write this man off right now, but he doesn't have the AWP. It's the AK by his side. Knows what the first player is. He's more interested in where the second and third are. He's thinking about the clutch. Now sees the second players. Nexa scurries away back into the ramp, and Dexter knows where he is. The only downside is the bomb is dropped for Nexa. He has to come out, and Dexter is so close to clutching again. But Nexa...
Triple, not exposing himself to connector. He's just trying to focus on A rank. He needs to win this fight against Magix. That's his only hope. Or he can slide out for the perfect timing there, but Magix is quick to trade, and that's the problem. 3-on-2 now in favor of Spirit with A side control, but this flank could be everything from Amanek. He's come all the way around for B apartments with this op, Vince.
Oh, the timing was so grim, but still puts it down center mass onto Magix. And alone Mia treads very carefully towards jungle. Dexter was spotted, but comes back out again. A man you do not want to meddle with. The bomb's also dropped from his perspective in eyesight. Mia Maneuvering round towards CT. The bomb has been smoked. They tickle it, try and draw Mir out into the open, but it's Nexa that goes in for the wide swing, and now Dexter needs to get the lineup on point, but Amanek returns fire, avenges Nexa. Well, he's like, okay, listen, you're not going to peek us, we'll peek you. We're just going to push straight through that smoke. Jax gets one, does get traded out instantly afterwards. And you see there's a player stuck on the site. That was Nexa. Only good for the one frag. Nico back to the wall, trying to bide up a little bit more time and allow his teammates to move in. Cooled their jets, waited. Assumed G2 would go for a bit of a rotation. They did, and then they moved in afterwards and caught G2 in awkward positions. Great post plans have now been assumed. Flashbang through, nowhere near good enough though to deal with Sundai Young, and although Amanek goes in for the peak, he does get the kill. The time is drawing ever so quickly, but Nico gets the timing now to Sundai Young, and he is all alive. Surely not again. G2 out of the fire, the flames, the ebbs, and they really just picked up another clutch scenario with mere seconds to spare.
It's worked out for them. And now they just need one more. They're going to change things up with a very quick Palace push.
Dexter has landed 40 kills, and he's not done just yet. Molly up and over onto Palace. Spirit with another lead. This time, though, a very different ball game. It's not G2 trying to retake. It's trying to aggress, trying to puncture through and perforate the site, pillage it if they can. And Dexter shutting down Nexa has got them a step towards holding on. The thing is as well, Dust, there's every chance.
And this kind of plays into G2's hand now. Now they're going to be able to come into a site. They might even be able to isolate Chopper on the site, as long as they use their utility correctly, and they timed this perfect. And it looks like they are really onto the right jump, Vince. I'm liking G2's chances on this attack.
Time, though. Time is working against them. 13 seconds left, but Chopper has made his last stand, and it's a stand that doesn't yield too much. Mia misses so many shots, uncharacteristic for him, and maybe Dexter could punch this one, get the 3 seconds left. He's going to be able to get the bomb. No, he doesn't actually, and Nexa then spins around and takes his head off. I don't know what I just saw.
He jumped! Dude, he literally won the round because he jumped. Can you believe it? He would have died.